I'm Jackie Black, and my project is on the woman Air Force service pilots who broke down the barriers of flight for women in military aviation. Before the WASP was established, women rarely flew airplanes, with the exception of the few courageous women such as Amelia Earhart and Anne Lindbergh, both famous for defying conventional feminine behavior. Men typically had the jobs of manufacturing and flying airplanes. Jacqueline Cochran, a pioneer American aviator, considered to be one of the most gifted and recent pilots of her generation, recognized the prejudice in this and saw an opportunity in World War II to help the war effort with women and free up able-bodied men to fight on the front lines. Hi, I'm Betty Wall, and I'm going to tell you how I became a WASP in World War II. It all started with Jackie Cochran. A true adventurer at heart, Jackie Cochran first took to the air in 1932. Only 3 years later, she entered the Ben-Dix Transcontinental Air Race. Finally, in 1938, she set the speed record, placing first. She was awarded the Harmon Trophy by First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. Let's fast forward to December 7th, 1941, when I picked up the daily newspaper. Oh my goodness! Japanese has bombed Pearl Harbor! This is the start of another war? What is this going to mean for us? Millions of men were called into the armed forces and thousands were trained as pilots. By 1943, so many men had been lost in combat that instructor and ferry pilots based stateside were called to replace them. This left huge vacancies for testing and ferrying new planes coming off the production line. Jackie Cochran suggested to General Hap Arnold that women could replace the stateside men as pilots. The media, general public, and Congress all considered this to be ridiculous. Women can't fly, especially not warplanes, or so they thought. Right after my college graduation in 1943, I joined an all-male flying club in Faribault, Minnesota. Hi everyone, my name's Betty Wall, and I would love to join your flying club. Yes, I know I'm a girl, but one of your members took me for my first ride in an airplane, and it was love at first flight. What? It's $100 to join? That's 2 months' pay. Well, I'll take a loan out of the bank and pay it back as soon as I can. Holy smokes! Here's an ad looking for women to fly in the military. That's a first. Come join WASP. Must have a pilot's license with 35 hours? I only have. Better get going. Hey, instructor, let's prop this plane. Get in the air. Well, I've sold in the club and built up my flight time. This is a blast, and I'm heading in for my physical. Of course, I'm too short. I need to be 5'3" inches. Oh look, an eagle! Now measure me. Yay! I passed. I headed down to Avenger Field, Sweetwater, Texas. 25,000 applied, but only 1,800 were accepted. We lived in the barracks in the hot Texas sun with no air conditioning. We PT'd and marched everywhere. We had to wear the smallest men's coveralls and roll up the cuffs and sleeves since there are no women's flight suits.
Down West Texas where the water is sweet, and cactus and grass make 6 feet deep. They cut off the top of a big old hill and named it Avenger. Avenger Field. What a field. Too dusty, not good for humans. They built the barracks 6 cots too mean. Filled them with cadets, but they found out soon those boys couldn't take it too hot. No air, so they moved them out and put the gals in there. Thought they couldn't take it. Go on, the mama, dream on, fly boys, dream on. We got the stuff, the right stuff. We got the stuff.
Dear Mom, it has been a long 6 months, but I'll be home soon. So far, I've flown the Fairchild PT-19, the Vultee BT-15, and the AT-6. And believe me, all the girls and I love the extra horsepower. Training was tough, so only 1,074 of us graduated and earned our wings. I was lucky. I hope to see you soon. Love, Betty. I was sad to see as most of my classmates headed off to ferry new planes from factories to to training location, but I was really excited. I headed up to Las Vegas Army Airfield Base and flew a B-26 bomber. Yes, sir. Woman Air Force Service Pilot Liz Strohfus reporting for duty, sir. What would you like me to bomb with this B-26 bomber, sir? Excuse me? You want me to a target behind a plane while fighter pilots shoot at me? Do they ever miss and hit the tow plane? Only sometimes. Okay, hand me the keys. Sadly, I lost 38 of my fellow wasps due to aircraft accidents. At another pilot's base, their plane crashed shortly after takeoff. Sugar was found at the gas tanks. Sabotage by male mechanics was suspected, although no further investigation was done. By 1944, the United States had gained air superiority over both Japan and Germany, and combat losses in the air were decreasing. Male aviators were being returned to the States and being trained for ground roles. Congress forced General Arnold to shut down the program, and the Wasps were disbanded on December 20, 1944. It was a lousy Christmas. After the war, I applied to Northwest Airlines, but was turned down, and any record of the Wasp flying was sealed and forgotten by the government. I returned home to Faribault, Minnesota, got married, and raised a family, just as I was suspected to do. All my uniforms and souvenirs were boxed up and stored in the attic. After my husband passed away and my children were in college, I helped lobby the Congress to recognize Wasps as veterans. Finally, in 1979, we were awarded the veteran status. Then, in March 2010, we were awarded the Congressional Gold Medal. It was an honor. The Secretary of Air Force said, "As a result of your conviction and your devotion to duty, from that time onward, women would forever be a part of the United States military aviation." More than 200 of my surviving wasps attended the event. We were also featured on the cover of the Washington Post. Now, I am proud to see women flying regularly in the military and civilian world. They fly as Air Force Thunderbirds and as Navy Blue Angels, fighter and bomber pilots, and even as women astronauts. Sometimes I even get fan mail from them, like this one from Lieutenant Colonel Nicole Malowski, the first female fighter. Dear Liz, you are such an inspiration. After my Air Force Thunderbird show, I cannot believe you waited an hour to line to meet me, when you are really the hero. Thank you for opening the doors of military aviation for women. With all my respect, Beefy. She's such a sweetheart. Jackie Cochran went on to set over 200 aviation speed records, more than any other person in history. For her work to support the war, she was awarded the Distinguished Service Medal in 1945. She was also inducted into the Aviation Hall of Fame in 1949. She was a truly wonderful and visionary woman to lead the Wasps. And as Jackie left, it was especially memorable for me to be able to meet Liz Strohfus last year at the Wings of the North Air Expo. She agreed for me to be able to interview her in February, and she is as sharp and as lovable as she was almost 70 years ago, even at 93 years of age. She even went for a flight in the Cirrus and flew it just like her World War II flight. Thank you, Liz Strohfus and the Woman Air Force Service Pilots, for your part.